What is radioactive waste?
Radioactive waste is rubbish which gives off energy. Radioactive energy is dangerous to humans, animals, and plants.
Why is radioactive waste dangerous?
Radioactive energy causes cancer. The cancer may start to grow 10 or 20 years after you have been near the waste. Some kind of radioactive waste can keep causing cancers for hundreds or thousands of years.
How does the waste get into our bodies?
If the waste gets into the soil, air or water underground, it can get into our foods and water. Then we eat or drink, tiny bits of waste enter into our bodies and we can get cancer.
Why do we need to look after waste?
The energy in radioactive waste is dangerous and runs down over time. Some radioactive waste runs very fast, in just a few minutes. Other types of waste can take tens of thousands of years for the energy to run down.
Does all radioactive waste need a waste dump?
Most radioactive waste from medicines and hospitals runs out of energy quickly and does not need to go into a special dump. Only the dangerous radioactive waste in Australia will be taken to national dumps. Very little waste from medicine will be stored or buried there.
What waste will be taken to our national waste facility?
There are two types of waste that will be taken to a facility is low-level waste and long-lived intermediate level waste.
What is the low-level waste?
Low-level waste takes about 300 years to run out of energy. This will be buried in the ground forever. 10,000 drums of radioactive soil will be brought from a shed at Woomera. This was left 50 years ago by scientists studying mining of radioactive rock. Other waste will come from places around Australia where people have been studying radioactive rock or radioactive energy. This includes the Lucas Heights near Sydney. Doctors use radioactive to treat sick people, but probably very little of the waste that is buried will come from medicine.
How is it buried?
Low-level waste will probably be buried in a trench around 15 to 20 metres deep. It will be kept away from water and from soil where plants are growing.
Will all the waste be buried?
No, only the low-level waste will be buried. The most dangerous waste is the intermediate level waste. This waste needs to be kept safe for thousands of years or more. If this will not be buried, it will be kept in a large shed in containers sitting on shelves. Access to the waste dump area will be restricted and people will be fenced out of the country for hundreds of years.
Where does the long-lived intermediate level come from?
The most dangerous waste is mostly made at the Lucas Heights nuclear reactor near Sydney. Some waste also comes from mining, factories and universities.
How much long-lived intermediate waste is there?
At the moment there is over 500 cubic metres, 500,000 litres of intermediate low-level waste.
What waste will come to a national dump in the future?
The Lucas Heights nuclear reactor uses fuel rods. When the fuel rods cools down, they are sent overseas and the material is recycled. The rubbish, which is still dangerous, will be sent back to Australia starting in 2015 or 2016.
Do we need a nuclear reactor in Australia to treat cancer patients?
No, we can buy our nuclear medicine supplies from overseas, like most of other countries do. Doctors and scientists are looking for other ways to make these medicines. In the future, we will not need a nuclear reactor to make these medicines. The government should not say nuclear medicine is the main reason for having a remote radioactive dump. Communities have stopped remote dumps being built in South Australia and the Northern Territory.